everyone, and welcome to Computer Basics. My name is Mariela Osorio, and I am the Career and Small Business Services Assistant at the Long Branch Public Library. In today's computer class, we will be focusing on the Internet. By the end of today's class, you will be able to identify and use key browser functions. You will understand basic Internet terminology. You will conduct a Google search to find websites and navigate them. And you will know how to evaluate Internet sources for reliability. Let's begin with Internet vocabulary. The Internet, or the World Wide Web, is a global network of interconnected computers. Your browser is a program used to view the Internet. Some browsers include Internet Explorer, Firefox, or Chrome. A website is a group of connected pages on the Internet. A web address, or URL, is the unique name for a web page displayed in the browser's address bar. A link is an image or text that can be clicked to go to another web page. And a search engine is a website that searches for information on the web. Learning about how the Internet is connected is important in understanding how to use it. Now look at how I open up a browser. Remember, a browser is an application on your computer, and there are two ways you can access the browser. Usually when you install the browser, it will show up on your home screen, usually on the left-hand corner. And here, if you look at my arrow, you see Google Chrome, which is the browser that I currently use. And this is a shortcut. So I can double click here, or I can go to the bottom of my screen, and down here, you'll see the icon for Google Chrome. With your mouse, you're going to double click, and it brings up this is how you open up your browser. A web address, or URL, is the unique address for a particular site or page of information on the Internet. So just like homes have their own unique address, all of the information online has its own unique Internet address. We can tell the browser the address we want to visit, and it will take us directly to the information destination, which is the website. So look at how I'm going to access the library's homepage. I go up here. I left click with my mouse, and I'm going to type in longbranchpubliclibrary.org, hit enter, and it automatically takes me to the library's homepage. Now, the address bar has three main features. First, you see the address of the page you are currently on. So if we look down here at the address bar, you see longbranchlib.org. That is the public library's home address. Now, you can also enter the address of a new website by clicking on a tab. And tabs let you open multiple websites in the same window. You can open a new tab or new web pages in new tabs, and then switch between sites by clicking the tabs. And I'll show you how to do that. Here, I'm going to click on a new tab. I'm going to open up a new tab. And let's say I want to go to Home Depot. Again, here, I can type in Home Depot. Actually, as I'm typing Home Depot, I see that I was previously looking for homework help. I can, one of the nice features in the address bar is that it actually remembers the previous websites that you've visited. So if you type in the first few letters of the web page, it automatically brings up like a history of where you've been. So I want to go to Home Depot. I can scroll down here, click on Home Depot, and here it brings me to the site. I can click here on Home Depot, and there you go. But let's say I don't want to go to Home Depot. I actually need some help with homework. I want to look at some sites that could offer me homework help. Again, click on the little plus sign, and I open up a new tab. And here I can search for any type of information that I want. So here I'm going to type in homework help. I'm going to click enter, and it gives me several options. Now, usually you get ads. You have to be wary of ads, and we'll talk about this later in the lesson. But as I scroll down, it actually gives me different websites where I can find some homework help. Let's click on this one and see what we get. Now we're going to look at the anatomy of the web browser and the many options it offers us. If you look over here, you see the back button. And the back button takes you back to the last page you were viewing. So if I clicked here, it would take me to my search engine. The forward button, now you see it's highlighted. The forward button takes you forward one page at a time, and it only appears when there's a page to go forward to. So if I click on the forward button, it's going to take me back to the homework help. Now notice from this web page, the forward button is not highlighted, right? And that's because from this page we have not gone on to search on for another web page. Now, this over here, this round arrow is your refresh button, and it reloads the page with any changes since it was first loaded. Use if a page is not loading properly. So sometimes when we want to go to a website and it takes a long time to bring that website up, you may want to click on the refresh button in order to help you load it properly. Now I want to show you one more thing. Here on the far right-hand corner, you see a vertical 3 dots, and this is your menu. And your menu shows you options for the browser, such as settings, printing, or your browsing history. So look and see what happens when I click on these 3 vertical buttons. From here, I can open up a new tab. I can look at my history. If I want to go to one of the sites, but I don't remember the web address, it'll show me the most recent areas I've gone to. I can bookmark. Sometimes there are certain websites that I know I'm going to use in the future, so it's pretty handy to hover over the bookmarks. And let's say homework help is going to come in handy. I can click on bookmark this tab. And when I do that, a little window pops up, gives me the name of the web page, gives me the folder, which is going to be in my bookmarks bar, and then I hit done. So in the future, when I want to go get some homework help, all I have to do is click on the 3 vertical dots, go down to bookmarks, and homework help, if you notice here at the very bottom, it shows up. I can click on that. Now we're going to look at the different parts of the web address. As I mentioned before, every page on the internet has an address called a URL. In order to connect to a website, you need to type in the exact URL without errors. So let's look at the library's URL. We begin with the HTTP, which is a hypertext transfer protocol, or a set of rules that control how computers on the internet talk to each other, followed by the www, which stands for the World Wide Web. Now, when you are looking or searching for a specific website and you know the name, for instance, Long Branch Library or Home Depot or Homework Help, there is no need to type in the HTTP along with the www because the browser already knows these. So you have to type in the exact URL without errors. In this case, we go to longbranchlive.org. Okay, now Long Branch Lib stands for Long Branch Library, and that's the site of the name or the location where I want to go. And then you have the .org or .com or .edu. And these are known as domains. And it gives you an idea about the nature of the website that you've accessed. Okay, so for instance, it will give you the type of organization the website belongs to or the country it's from. So let's look at the different types of domains. We have .com, which stands for commercial. So I did previously homedepot.com. We have .gov. It belongs to a government organization. We have .edu, an educational school or organization, and then .org, which stands for nonprofit. Now we're going to practice, if you will, typing in a new web address, okay? Now, with your mouse, you're going to click once inside the address bar. Look at my cursor. Now, let's say I'm already at longbranchlib.org, but I want to go to Home Depot, okay, or Walmart, okay? So I'm going to click on the existing text or in any neutral space inside the address bar. It automatically highlights the current address. And then what you want to do is delete the current web address, or you can just directly start typing over it. So I'm going to let's go to weather.com. Now remember what I said, you have to type in the address exactly as it really is. So I would do weather.com without any spaces, and I would hit enter. And there you go. Now I'm going to talk about how to get the most out of your Google searches. Google.com is a search engine, a website that searches for information on the web. And you can perform a Google search from Google.com or from the address bar of your browser. So I'm going to show you how, again, remember I just showed you how to type in the address exactly. We're going to go to google.com. Again, I go inside my address bar, I click inside the address bar and automatically highlights weather.com, and I'm going to type google.com. And again, make sure that you type it exactly as it is. And there you go. Now, let's start simple. Let's say that I want to know where the closest airport is, but I don't know the exact web address of Newark Airport. So I can go under in here. Again, I'm going to left click with my mouse, and I'm going to just type in, where is the closest airport, and then I'm going to hit enter, and it should give me several options. Okay, and here you see we have John F. Kennedy, Newark Liberty, Ocean County Airport. Now I know I said that you had to type in the exact URL. You do this when you are inside a new tab, okay? In here, this is where you would type in the exact web address. If you were doing a random search and you don't know the web address, but you want to say the nearest restaurant near me, then you would go down here in your search and you can type in nearest restaurant. Okay, here you don't have to type in the exact URL. You can just type in any phrase or word, hit enter, and it should give you different options. And now I'd like to go over website reliability. You can't always believe everything you read. Even if it shows up on Facebook or your favorite website or news source, it may not be true. Unfortunately, fake news and information is out there, and anyone can post anything. So it's always good to make sure that the information you're getting is accurate. And there are a couple of ways that you can tell. Now we're going to compare two websites. First, we're going to look at irs.gov. Okay, if you look right up here at your top left-hand side, you see a secure lock or a closed lock. This is a good indication that this website is pretty reliable. Another indication is on the top, underneath the URL, you see it reads an official website of the United States government. Another way to that indicates whether you are on a safe website is as you scroll towards the bottom of the web page, there is usually a date, and this date indicates when it was last updated. And any good website will usually have the current year. And another good idea is that they normally include information about the company or the organization. Again, it can be found towards the top or usually at the bottom of the web page, and it'll say about us, about this company, about IRS in this case. Now, if we compare irs.gov with this page, irs.com, there are a couple of differences. For starters, right underneath the address bar, you see irs.com is a privately owned website that is not affiliated with any government agencies. So this is a private company. As we scroll down, we see that it includes different links to, I'm guessing these are blogs, and pages. If I click on the second page, there it gives me different titles of the blogs that they've uploaded. And as I scroll down, towards the bottom, I see that it is pretty much updated, has the 2020. IRS.com is a non-government website designed to help taxpayers find accurate, easy to understand tax information. So it is telling you a little bit about this company, and it is making the distinction that it is not affiliated with irs.gov or a government agency. And this is why it's important to keep in mind the 4 W's. And the 4 W's begins with who. Who created this website? Are they an expert? Are they biased? All right. Again, always look for an about link to find out more about that company or organization. The second W, why? Why is this site online? Is it biased? Are they trying to sell me something? Next, what? You want to make sure to check for any spelling errors or obviously untrue statements. Always cross-check facts with another website. And finally, when? When was this site last updated? Has it been recently? Has it been a couple of months or a couple of years? Check the very bottom of the website to see if it has a year or time when the website was last updated or changed. And finally, this takes us to common online icons, which I would like to go over with you very quickly. As you know, websites use icons instead of words to help you navigate the site. It's very important to familiarize yourself with these common icons and their functions, beginning with the search button. Most websites will allow you to search, so look for a text field next to this icon. I think we discussed the forward and backward arrows. Again, common in online articles to indicate the next page or the previous page. This triangle means the share button, and it's common on sites like Flickr and Facebook to indicate that you want to share the content with others. This little gear is your settings icon, and the gear almost always means your settings, and it's very common in apps. When you see a little pencil, it means the edit icon, and it allows you to edit information. If you see a pay-per-click, it means that you can attach a file, and it allows you to attach files that are very common in email and job applications. The photo icon is commonly used to indicate that you can add a photo, such as Facebook or Instagram or any other application. These three horizontal lines is your menu options icon, and it's very common on websites and applications to indicate different options and navigation. This little house is your home icon, which takes you back to your home page or your profile page on any social networks. When you see a down arrow, it means download. That is your download icon, and it indicates that you can download something to your computer. When you see this little bubble, it's your chat, and it allows you to open up chat functions in social networks and email services. The up arrow is the upload, and that basically means that you can upload content from your computer to the internet. A star indicates it's one of a favorite bookmark, favorite email, or something that may be important to you, and it'll help you remind you that it's there. This is your profile icon and usually allows you to access profile options or navigate to your own social media profile. This floppy disk means this is the save icon. An old floppy disk still means that you need to save programs like on Word or websites. We did discuss this at the beginning of the lesson. This is your refresh icon or refresh button, and it reloads the web page or checks for any messages in your inbox. And finally, this little printer means this is the print icon, and it's used to print emails, PDFs, Word documents, or pretty much anything else like photos or attachments. So these are the icons. They may look a little bit differently on different sites, but you can always hover over the icons with your mouse pointer to get an idea of the description and its function. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the second in the Computer Basics series. Please go to our website or our social media to see any additional classes. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time.